I cannot open the door.
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So today I'm going to bring you along. We're doing a little cozy winter homemaking. I'm going to be trying out a new recipe. It's Greek yogurt bagels, and kind of trying to get a little bit healthier, find some healthier options for just in general this year. So I'm going to start with, of course, emptying my dishwasher. So all the kids are back in school. It's officially, we're into the new year, and I'm just kind of starting to find my bearings, so to speak, for this year. Kind of trying to figure out how we're going to stay organized and keep up with everything that's going on. But of course, one of the biggest things that helps me when I'm overwhelmed and stressed is to make sure that my house is in somewhat of an order. I guess some people call that stress cleaning. Not that I'm necessarily stressed right now, but just trying to figure out how we're going to get through such a busy season for the next at least 2 months. We've had a lot going on. Christmas was very busy and crazy, which made it kind of difficult because I didn't feel like I got a full break like I was hoping to. So just trying to kind of ease myself back into my normal routines, for lack of better words, now that everyone has gone home from the holidays and all that stuff. So I'm trying to just kind of get my bearings again. So it's kind of nice getting a little bit of extra time with the older three not at home, so I can really focus on kind of getting the house put back together, because that's something that I've been trying to do ever since we, of course, got through the holidays. So this recipe was a friend of mine wanted me to try it, so I'm actually going to try it out today. And it's a really simple recipe. It's basically Greek yogurt, and it calls for self-rising flour, but you can make self-rising flour if you basically put, I think it's like for every 1 cup of flour, it's a quarter teaspoon of salt and a half a cup of, or a 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So instead of buying self-rising flour, I just use what I have because I don't have any on hand, of course. So I'm adding my salt and my baking powder. Like I said, super simple recipe. Honestly, I was really impressed at how quickly I was able to make these. It seemed to actually be pretty quick with all the ingredients. And then I think, how long did I bake them? I think you bake them for about 15 minutes at 350 or 375. I can't quite remember. But really simple and easy. It had the little kids. They wanted to help a little bit too, so you'll see them in a second, because they always want to help me bake stuff, which is, both nice and also sometimes frustrating because they can get in the way. But I try to let them be a part of it because I want them to enjoy baking, and this is how kids learn, is by watching and helping me with it. So the dough was getting kind of hard to do with the spoon, so of course I'm doing it with my hand, and it's a little on the sticky side, so I did add a little bit more flour whenever I was kneading it out because it was kind of starting to stick to my hands more. Once I added the flour, it really did help, so that's good. There's Sifi, she wanted to be there helping. She pretty much loves not being more than like a foot away from me, that's for sure. So the batch I made, I think it said to divide into 6 fairly equal parts. So it basically makes about 6 bagels. And so a couple things with this recipe, because it's really low in calories, is one of the benefits to it. So I did end up putting a little bit of like olive oil spray on top to kind of make the everything bagel seasoning stick to it. But I actually think next time when I make this, I'm going to actually do an egg wash on top instead, because I think that would help kind of give, I wanted it to have a more golden kind of bagel-y look to it. It didn't really look like that. And so, I mean, they tasted quite good, but I feel like there's just a few things I would tweak with the recipe. And that was another thing too, they wanted you to like roll it flat like a pancake and then poke a hole in it, kind of like a donut, but it wasn't really working for me. So I just rolled it out and kind of curled it up, and that worked well. It baked well that way, and I didn't feel like it modified it that much. So that's kind of how I would suggest to do it. But I think it worked out really well. It was really easy to make, and the kids had fun helping me. And Kiva had to add a few more sprinkles because she didn't get a chance to do it the first time because she was over there playing. They got the old school Dance Dance Revolution game for Christmas, and so they were playing it, and Kiva really enjoys pretty much just watching the arrows go by. It's kind of funny. So of course, doing a little mid-morning tidy up, just kind of cleaning up a little bit. I generally do probably about a couple tidy ups. I do kind of one before lunch, and I generally do one either right before the kids get home from school or right after, like before dinner. And then sometimes if I have the energy, I'll try to do one more before bed. That's something I want to get better at, but lately with just how busy we are, it just hasn't been happening. And so our couch, we definitely need a new one sooner rather than later, but of course we're trying to save up for that and get a few more expenses paid off first before we move to that. So I just put like a throw rug, or this really cute fuzzy blanket works well, and I just put it over kind of the couch to kind of help keep it looking a little bit nicer. And so I let my living room sit for a little bit, and it's time to kind of put the next holiday on. So I have a bunch of Valentine stuff that's kind of the next holiday that I decorate for. So I'm just doing a little bit of Valentine's decorating. I felt like during Christmas, like my mantle almost got like too busy, if that makes any sense. It just looked almost cluttered. So I really kind of like my Valentines a little bit simpler, and there's just a few, I kind of only did a few things this time, because as much as I love kind of decorating a lot, and it's kind of hard because I have all these cute things from like when the kids were little, and it's hard sometimes to like want to like put everything out, but I'm just trying to be like more pickier, because honestly it looked cleaner when there's not like a ton of stuff. And of course it's a lot easier to dust than it was during Christmas time. But I think this banner is probably one of my favorite things. I got it, gosh, years ago, and it's still probably my favorite thing to just put along to kind of be, I don't know, it just kind of frames my fireplace really well. So that is all the Valentine's decorations that I'm putting out for this year. So the bagels are done. They came out good. Like I said, they're not kind of that golden-y brown that I was expecting. They were cooked all the way, and so I think next time I'm going to put an egg wash and maybe see if that'll give a better kind of bagel look to the top for sure. So I'm gonna give my table a good wipe down, because it has been just kind of quickly wiped up in between meals, and I wanted to. So I'm getting my tablecloth all cleaned up and ready for, I don't know, the next week of meals. I generally try to clean up after every meal, but I am not a perfect person, and also, like I said, we've been so busy. I feel like I've been really behind on a lot of my like normal daily chores. So moving on to cloth diapers, I've been, of course, I have to do my diapers about every other day, and it's kind of nice though, because ever since I started doing like soaking them in that tote, I'll leave a card right here for the video that I'm talking about, how to basically, because we have hard water. It is on our list of spring projects, as we're going to get a water softener and a full-blown filtration system for our house. We just haven't done that yet, but that's pretty much kind of after tax time one of our goals. But until then, it's really hard on the diapers, so I've been soaking them in the extra solution. That's been really helping to kind of keep them stripped, because that's one thing I noticed. One of my biggest issues with cloth diapers was just the buildup it seemed that they would get due to hard water and stuff. So folding those and putting them away, it does save us money. It's not the best savings, but it does seem to save us a little bit of money. So I just kind of felt like being a little fancy today. So I got out my white lace tablecloth. It's probably one of my favorite tablecloths. I start using it around this time of year, more so in the spring, I think, like when we do Easter dinner and stuff. It's kind of the big tablecloth. And sometimes, you know, when I want to kind of spruce up my dining room area, I will put it on. I still have the flowers that my husband got me right around Christmas time, which they're starting to get old, so I'm going to have to find some new ones. I think next year I'm going to try to dry some flowers. I'm hoping this spring to get kind of a cut flower garden going, just something small. Figured I'd plant just a few bulbs, and then I'm hoping to maybe dry out some of my favorites and hopefully have them for like the winter season, because I really love the idea of having fresh flowers, but of course in the winter it's really hard to get that because you don't have fresh flowers. So of course, using my trick, just sweeping everything up, and then Kiva is helping me kind of sort out all the toys, and they should be putting the toys away while I finish sweeping up the rest, but you know how it is. But it's a really easy way to kind of tidy up, just sweeping my floor, getting close to being done with all of my chores that I wanted to get done today, so I can just kind of relax this afternoon. And there's my pretty clean table, and just doing a little quick tidying up, picking up garbage and just a couple more things, and just kind of enjoying my cleaned, decorated for Valentine's Day and everything. So and then the bagels have cooled off a bit, so I think we're going to have a little taste test. So of course the girls had to help make them, so they of course had to be part of the taste testing process. They both really liked them. This definitely is going to be something I'm going to make more often because they are easy and there's something that all the kids will enjoy and eat. And so Kiva wanted butter on hers and Freya got a little cream cheese. So, and I am trying mine out and they are quite tasty. I really like them. Just a few modifications and I think it'll be the perfect recipe. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Hopefully you're enjoying your beautiful, cozy winter season.